Hey everybody, this is the weekly Divine Union reading. This first column here is the Divine Masculine. This second column is the Divine Feminine. And then this is the unity. It's what's going on for both as a unity. So the masculine, so at the top here, his process is the magnetism. You can see he's sitting there looking out at the stars. He's pondering. He's aware of the fact that he's a creator, and what he vibrates at, he attracts in. But it's blocked. It's upside down. So it's blocked the process of being fluid with that process as such. It's like a stagnancy, almost like being frozen, like not being anything, trying not to be anything so that he doesn't attract the wrong thing, that kind of thing. Watching and listening and learning about what his values really are, who he really is, what he really wants before he takes action. So there's a sitting back and taking it in, reviewing. This makes sense as well, of course, as we're in Mercury retrograde at the moment. And then the wide open, so is also upside down. It's also blocked. So it's like, again, she's looking out at the horizon, just as he is at the top there. So this is this is the divine masculine in all of us. It's also those that personify the divine masculine in their lives. So at the higher level, the cosmic level, recognizing the energy side of it, watching his own process, his own thoughts, his own beliefs, working out who he is so that he can magnetize the true authentic experiences to himself, and the expansion, observing the expansion, realizing it's there for him. Again, see the arms are open there. So there's a accepting of it and an awe of it, still not enacting on it. It's blocked also, so it's like on pause. It's like on pause while clarity is gained, perspective is gained, that true self-knowing is gained. And then here we've got, this is like hibernation as well. It's frozen, not moving, not stagnant, just paused. And the ice also symbolizes clarity. So it's again, it's hibernating, it's resourcing, it's perspective, but on the inner planes. It's like meditative. It's waiting for the right time when all the ice melts and the conditions are right to move forward, having resourced and having gained that clarity and that perspective and that meditative inner perspective, as well as the higher perspective. And this is all relevant too to the antidote card, which we're going to work with. We're going to bring these energies in, which is divine timing. So yes, all very relevant. So for the feminine, at the higher levels, what's coming in is the vibration of joy, joy and expression and movement and music is coming in. And as that vibration is coming in, she's also in a stillness, in a solitariness. So there's no movement in this one either. There's no water, there's no fluidity. It's all dry and hot and sparse. You know, there's not much life around. It's about being solitary and having huge expansion. And again, contemplating and not being stimulated by outside things. So really, again, about a self-knowing, a self-understanding. It reminds me of the sadhu in the cave in India. They go up there as a spiritual experience, or the hermit card. We go into the cave to really access yourself without stimulation of the outside world. So this is that, but it is with the oneness with the outside world, but very sparse. No people around, no cities around, not much wildlife. Just the stillness, the emptiness, the dryness. But with that dryness, obviously, this is not joy. So as the joy comes in, it's through the process of solitariness and self-exploration, expansiveness and sparseness. She is going to access her inner joy. So the joy comes from within her. The fluidity and the movement will be inspired from within, from her spirit. So she's in a preparatory phase at the moment as well, and what she's preparing for is adventure. So south is symbolic of going outside the comfort zone, going to new places you've never been before, exploring outside of yourself, exploring the world, having new kinds of experiences with new kinds of people. And the reason she can do this is because she's found who she is, that's not related to other people and outside influences. And as she's found that strength in her solitude, in her aloneness, in her confidence in who she is, what makes her tick, what makes her happy, what brings her joy, she then can bring that. It's like bringing home with you, bringing your joy with you, bringing your strength with you out into the world, exploring having new adventures, exploring new realms. And I say realms because I'm not just talking about the physical world. That's a portal there that the woman is walking through. So it's also about experiencing new worlds and creating the new world, creating the new earth, creating the Garden of Eden, the golden era, however you like to refer to it, the new paradigm. So creating a paradigm shift through self-knowing, through following her joy, through even sparseness, into life, bringing the life through her into her world and creating new paradigms, walking into new paradigms. So this is the divine feminine in all of us, and it's also the embodiment of the divine feminine. If you resonate as the divine feminine in the twin flame or pair. So at this point, I want to bring in this card. This one is from the last Divine Union reading, about ignition. It's where we had a really big upgrade, and our hearts were ignited, the unity was ignited, and it feels that this is the effect of that ignition is that the masculine, that magnetism coming in and the expansion, for the feminine, the joy and the solidarity, like the independence, the wholeness on her own, and for both knowing who they are, and for both having a sense of divine timing, being dormant until the time is right to come out of hibernation for the masculine and to go out on those adventures. It's like we're in a contraction phase and in a phase where you're resourced by spirit, and as you're filled up, then you expand out into the world. For the feminine, that's expressed in like going out into the world and being out in the masculine. When he comes out, it's going to be movement forward like the horse there. So currently in hibernation, receiving all those codes, letting everything, getting the self-clarity, letting everything shift out that's not authentic. And then the white horse is taking that movement forward, all in divine timing, and all stemming from this ignition that we had. So what happens from there, and how is this reflected? So this, I see this self-validation card at the top here. So the top is what's coming in, the energy is coming in from above. I can see that is that light there is the ignition from this card. And so the ignition of the heart is self-validation. Some love you for what you do. I love you for who you are. The twin flame journey is one of selflessness, love, and surrendering to a higher cause for both. So that's energies coming in. It's that pure, unconditional love coming into the third energy, coming into the unified twin flame, coming into both of you. That's what's been ignited to really flow through into your physical realities. So as that comes in, it's experienced as past lives. It's bringing up the past lives where, you know, maybe love was conditional, and clearing through past lives traumas where you were not loved for who you were, or you were not able to love others for who they were. Many souls have come our way through many lifetimes, each with a message or lesson to be learned. If someone comes to assist you, let your heart, not your head, guide you. It will give you clarity and purpose. Okay. And then surrender. So the action is surrender. By surrendering to ourself, not our twin, which is what this whole reading's been about. It's been about knowing yourself, focusing on yourself. We let go of all things that imprison us. We must unbind our soul from the questions of why, what, when, and how. Once we release the time expectations of togetherness, we find our self-truth and our divine purpose. So again, that's conditions, expectations. We're taking those off. We're letting go of all of that. We're knowing who we are. We're attracting to us what's resonant with us. We're clearing away conditions of the past. And we're aligning to divine timing. I'm seeing that this is the same portal here. I'm getting that the masculine, that's the same portal that he's looking through in both of these. However, he is the door hasn't appeared in front of him because he needs to go through this inner phase first, this dormant period. I have a sense Scorpio time, like November is going to be end of October. Most of November is going to be the time to maybe step through the portals and come out of the dormant phase for both and into the next phase. Blessings, everybody. Listen as many times as you need to. Goes a level deeper every time.